just want to point out to the public and to my fellow commissioners that the census is not over. It's not too late to return your form. While the press for our census has been good, I don't know if the reality is as good as the press is. We announced that we would hand deliver census forms on Thursday afternoon, and on Friday we got 25 calls for census forms, and today we got 9 calls for census forms. And as I deliver these and go to their next door neighbors and talk to them, it's become clear that we've had quite a few people in the county that have not received forms. So I'd like to encourage anyone that has not received a form, that it's not too late to complete your form, that you can call our local number, which is 438-2271. We'll direct you to where to get a form, or we'll gladly hand deliver you a form. I've been just greatly impressed by the citizens of Lee County and those that have called the number that I've had the opportunity to have contact with, how engaged they are and how concerned they are. The fact that they didn't get a census form and they didn't get to participate. And every one of them that I've spoke to thus far has been just understands the importance that it is that we be counted and that we get the representation that we deserve. So I just want to let everybody know that the census form is not over. The census is not over. Forms are available. All you got to do is ask. Thanks.
Thank you, Commissioner members. Also, while I think we have some Boy Scouts here this evening, and I'd like to recognize these Scouts and the organization that they represent. I'd like y'all to stand. You want to come up and say a word or two, or do you think we just want to? No?
We're here
Okay.
As part of the communications badge. The boys started it out at Merit Badge University, and part of it is to come to one of our commissioners' meeting and take part and learn a little bit about how our county works. So they're earning a badge tonight.
Well, the board wants to recognize the Boy Scouts and the organization they represent, okay?
We're from Troop 7 of Leesburg, and we're sponsored by the First Baptist Church of Leesburg.
Well, we sure want to recognize y'all. Thank you very much. With that, we come to the public forum. Tonight we have 3 speakers. We have one familiar face, that's Mr. Sam Johnson.
Yes, I've been here before.
How you doing?
Doing good. Since I've been here from the first time, I think in October,
Yes, sir.
the road condition has got better, but
Excuse me. Did you hear that, Mr. Sussman?
But
there's a but there.
Recognize the improvement at the road, please.
Yeah, he has improved it quite a bit.
Thank you, sir.
The only thing, we need to get the operators learn how to put a crown on the road instead of flat grade the road. When you put a crown on the road, you start digging from the ditches up to the center. Then you come back and smooth the center out, put a crown in. The way it had been grading, they come down one side, flat grade, come down the other side and flat grade, let the water stand in the middle. That's what caused a lot of the road problem we got on the dirt roads out here. But if they grade from the ditches to the center, you get put a crown back in.
Yes, sir.
And also, they need to dig the ditches a little bit deeper. There are some areas they grade it deep, some areas they grade it real light. Where people, yards come up to the edge of the road, they do not want to dig.
Yes, sir.
That's the only problem I got with the road partner right now.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson.
Okay.
Mr. Sistron, did you catch that?
I got it.
Okay.
Thank you, Lord.
Thank you, sir. Then we have Mr. Jeff Sexton.
Okay, I started out going up here tonight to talk about sign ordinance, everything I've been writing about, both on my site and in Lee County Ledger last week. But something came up in the meeting that I actually want to discuss. So I'm going to request right now that we discuss this at the May meeting if possible, because there are a lot of issues. As I pointed out in the ledger, the political sign ordinance y'all have in it that's technically enforced right now is violating state law, which I'm sure County Attorney Skipper is aware of, at least since I wrote about it. anyways, what I really wanted to discuss that came up in the meeting is NRG. I actually used to work for them, as in when I first moved to Leesburg, when I first moved to Lee County. I've built personally a lot of the software systems that Mr. Watkins would be using. I don't know about MBS. I know they're a local company, and we may want to go that route simply because they are a local company. But I do know the quality of NRG. I know the people that are there. I know their business practices, and they really are, I would say, not just because I used to work for them, but just because software in general, they really are one of the best I've ever seen with this type of software. So I'm just going to leave it at that, and obviously if y'all have any questions, y'all know how to contact me after the meeting.
We appreciate the information, Jeff. Thank you. Mr. Nelson.
My first time up here. Tim Nelson, I'm from Century District. I'll talk about the sign ordinance. Sent something to Mr. Hours and Mr. Muggers, we had some conversation about it. I'd like to see the commission put a moratorium on the whole sign ordinance as it sits right now, with some basic signs being allowed, 6 square foot yard sign, private property, residential property, I don't have a problem with. And as far as getting a moratorium on sign permits, however you guys are gonna deal with, that issue, that's up to you guys. But I would like to look at the whole ordinance, because there's a lot of stuff in there that doesn't make sense, and a lot of it is against state law, with the political signs, but that's just not it. I mean, I live on a road that's less than a mile long, and I had 6 illegal signs on it. None of them are political. Most of the people at fault are real estate signs. And I think if we're gonna have a sign ordinance, we have to be able to enforce it. If you can't enforce the law fairly across the county, there's no reason to have it, because sooner or later somebody's gonna say you're picking on them. So I think we need to put a moratorium on it, stop the sign ordinance as it sits now, and look at a better way to cover all the signs and make sure that we can enforce the law, if there's going to be a law. That's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. Nelson.
Mr. Chairman, if I could, just in the way of announcements, the agenda has a default setting for the 4th Tuesday